Do you listen to others? Well, today I have a confession to make. I partially did. I distinctly remember a great day at my office 6 years ago when I got a feedback from my senior team lead to enhance my listening skills. Well, that pinched my ego because I was listening to those things for 30 minutes in a meeting that I already know. I got angry and I was least scared to look upon new things to learn. Well, this happens with us most of the times, right? But I realized listening being the topmost communication skill is never learned and practiced but often overlooked. What if I tell you today an average person speaks about 125 words per minute but has a mental capacity to listen up to 400 words per minute, and all those other 275 words are bridged by your own mind because it gets filling in those other 275 words. That means only 75% is an illusion of active listening in a conversation, but the truth is we actively listen to 25% or even less than that. Have you ever thought why does this happen? Because everyone wants to be heard. This is the fundamental of human nature. Today, in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 important barriers and 3 important strategies that can help you to become a deliberate listener. So number 1 barrier is we don't want to listen but rather talk. Because when we speak, we feel we control the conversations, it shapes our identity, and it reflects how amazing and valuable points we have to share. But imagine if other person is not getting engaging or even least bothered about your valuable content, how would you feel? Indifferent? Disrespectful? Number 2 barrier is distractions. Vast communication channels, social media, your mobile, your laptop, your day-to-day distractions in communications, right? We are a lot more interested in having these stunning conversations with the other person whom we have rarely met or seen. And we get engaged in consuming their content and hit those mesmerizing likes, share, comments, and lot of love. But we least bother about the person sitting beside us who has a great idea to share, and we get partially involved into that conversation and we just say straightforward that this will not work just by listening half of it. And number 3, listening is intentional. We listen when we want to and don't when we don't want to, because we have stories, some self-made and some heard. And on those stories, on that basis, we make a judgment about that person, whether to connect with that person or not. We all know how to have engaging conversations, right? Because when we do that, we always have those eye contact. We listen more, give feedback, and we also even say thank you at the end of it for sharing it, right? So there has to be a balance between listening and talking. After all, we all have 2 ears and 1 mouth to speak. So today, let's move on to the 3 strategies that can help you to become a deliberate listener. And the number 1 strategy is be present. Be in a moment 100%. I know it takes a lot of energy and attention to get involved in the conversation and actively listen to the person. But if you don't want to, get out of that conversation, but don't ever be half involved in it. For example, if you are in a hurry to rush somewhere, to office or some other place, and some person approaches you to speak to, you say him or her straightforward, I understand you have a very interesting content to speak to, and I too want to give my 100%, but now I don't have time. Can we sit next time, please? The other person will understand. And more important, he will feel more worthy and respect you a lot. Number 2 is cut down all the distractions. Put your mobile on silent or put it off and cut down all other possible distractions that you have and focus on that person to listen actively and get connected. Ask more questions to understand more and not sounding just like a journalist by asking questions, are you angry or are you happy? Because probably you know the answer to which is yes or no, but rather it is their idea. So let them speak openly and share what they have on their mind and listen to it deliberately and wrap up everything by summarizing it what you understood about it. Number 3, everyone is good in something. There is always an opportunity to learn something new from someone, but the question is, are you ready? Don't listen to those stories, but with full acceptance and without being judgmental of other person. Listen to that person actively, and that person will thank you for listening him or her and their stories. So to wrap up, I would just like to say, listen more and talk less to become an effective communicator and a deliberate listener.